folks. I'm finally back. I do apologize about the little hiatus. Had a death in the family, so I had to take some time away from that. And I'm very glad that the Cowboys won this game. I really needed it, so I'm very glad that the Cowboys were able to take care of business. So we're back in full swing. We're going to go ahead and talk about this win. The Dallas Cowboys are now 3-1 after beating the Panthers 36-28. Now, when it comes to this whole dynamic of where the Cowboys are standing right now, this was a game where I'm like, if these guys are for real, they'll take care of business against a team that's relatively good. And they did just that. They pretty much handed it to them, except for that final fourth quarter where, to be honest with you, Dallas really should have just put the pedal to the metal and just, walked on their throats and ended this game. But instead, they decided to pull people and nearly let Carolina get back into this game, which I'm not really the biggest fan of them doing that. You really should not pull guys until it's a foregone conclusion that the game is over. And the game really wasn't over until that final drive. So there is that. But let's go ahead and get into the stats of this game. So I look at Dak Prescott, 14 for 22, 188 yards and 4 touchdowns. People will be like, okay, it's not really the greatest performance, but when you watch it how the ebb and flow of the game was, it was really a run the ball down their throat type of game. And we saw that as you look at these rushing statistics. The number one rush defense, which holds opponents to 46 yards a game, they gave up 245 in the middle of the game. I would say, not even in the first 6 minutes, they gave up 46 yards of rushing. Zeke, 20 for 143 and a touchdown. And Tony Pollard, 10 for 67, 0 touchdowns. And Dak Prescott, 4 rushes, 35 yards. Dak really, made the most happen and ensured that we kept driving. And, I get it that, Dak hasn't been throwing 200, 300, 400 plus yards, but we don't need that to win games. And this is clearly evident that Dallas has what it needs to go far. And I'm going to get into that for a little bit further in this video. But ultimately, I'm very happy with this rushing attack. 245 yards, and, you just basically run over a team that has been hallmarked as one of the top defensive teams. And not even just, they're being crowned that. It's true. They showed what they can do. And this is the same defense that we did not allow a sack on. Yeah, the Cowboys did not allow a sack on Dak Prescott this game, which is very good considering how the Panthers have done so far defensively. You get to these receiving numbers as I look down here. Amari Cooper led the way with 3 receptions, 69 nice yards, and a touchdown. And then you had Dalton Schultz leading the way with 6 receptions and 58 yards and a touchdown. And then Cedric Wilson and Blake Jarwin caught touchdowns. Overall, the Cowboys offense did exactly what I think is going to be their formula going forward. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. You look at the defensive side of the ball as I scroll down to this. The Dallas Cowboys had 5 sacks today. Yeah, the Cowboys had 5 sacks today. And, Randy Gregory had 2. Osa and Chauncey Goldstein, they combined for a sack. Terrell Basham had a sack. And Micah Parsons had a sack. Overall, the Cowboys defense had a very damn good day. I understand that people will be like, well, they let up a couple touchdowns late. You got to realize they started pulling guys in that game. Trevon Diggs, 2 more interceptions. He now has 5 in 4 games. And it's just unbelievable what Trevon Diggs has been able to do. And the fact that the Cowboys got him in the second round, that's crazy. And he's just showing every bit of, like he talked about, hey, there were plenty of times where I should have caught an interception, and here it is. Now that he's played, I believe now a full 16 games, if I'm correct, as a starter. What is it, 8 interceptions or something? It's a ridiculous amount. He's had an interception in every single game. He's had 2 games where he's had multiple interceptions, and then he had, it's just... Trevon Diggs is just showing that he's becoming one of the better corners in this league, and that's not something you shouldn't be afraid to say. Trevon Diggs is a top corner in this league, without a doubt. And then you go ahead and you look at this defensive line and the linebacker rotation. I mean, everyone played well. Anthony Brown needs to play better, obviously. But overall, the Cowboys did very well. And this is still without their top guys on their defense. Just imagine what they can do when they come back. And it's very scary because the fact that Dallas is doing this stuff early in the year with their guys out, and like the offense is clicking without Michael Gallup in there and Lyle Collins there. You're having games where the defense is clicking, and that's even without, top guys and the depth. That's awesome, man. And you have nothing else to say other than this Cowboys team is legit. Space, we're only 4 games into the season. The Dallas Cowboys look like a team that is ready to take care of business and could possibly go far. I said before this game, if Dallas is legit, they'll go out there and take care of business. And if they can get into the bye week at 4-2 or 5-1, I think they're a real team this year. Dallas did pretty much everything in their power to make sure that Carolina couldn't do anything in that second half. And the only reason that Carolina had a chance towards the end was because Dallas let them off the hook. So if you really think about it, Dallas dominated Carolina, and it was like that the entire time. Okay? I mean, even when you go the overall team statistics as I pulled up, Dallas had 24 first downs, so did Carolina. Dallas's third down efficiency was not the greatest in this. They were 3 of 9, but Carolina was 4 of 13, so they weren't any better. Dallas was averaging 7.7 yards per play. This was, I think, the first game they didn't allow more than 300 or 400 yards of total offense. And time of possession, if I could scroll onto there, Dallas actually didn't own the time of possession, and I still felt that Dallas basically held this game by the throat. And then Dallas 3 of 3 in the red zone. Listen, man, they've been doing so well down there inside the 20 that it's really the telling tale of why the Cowboys have been a much better team this year. They're able to score, they're able to move the ball at will, and their defense is doing their job. And I don't want to keep going on and on because I know you guys have to get back to your day, but ultimately I am excited with what this Cowboys team did. And I think that you should be excited too, knowing that the Cowboys are probably in a best position to be 5-1 by the bye week. And at this point, given the fact that Washington and New York won, which they nearly lost, Philadelphia losing, and Dallas still in first place, and we play New York this week, we can lay a death punch to New York season right here. Dallas beating New York would help cement Dallas's chance at, pretty much finishing the East early this year. But that doesn't mean we need to take things lightly. Dallas still needs to go out there next Sunday against the New York Giants and take care of business. If this team can get to 4-1, we got to start it all over again. Then we got to get to 5-1. But guys, this team is legit. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. The Cowboys are playing winning football. Their defense is playing winning football. And if they continue this trend, Dallas is going to not only be in the postseason with an NFC East Division title, but Dallas can go far. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed the new format style of video where me standing up and talking to you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, guys? Have a good one. Bye-bye.